All right, guys, we are back after a what 2 week hiatus, Spud,
Yeah,
somewhere
about
around
2 weeks.
there. So we went out and took a little trip today. Went out to San Diego, USA, to see the sights and take in their new facility,
San
which
Diego,
was
Texas,
San
USA.
Diego, Texas, USA. Right, that's what we called it. Uh Pretty good group of guys out there. We really can't wait till you guys can see it. Um, we've
A
been
lot of
touting,
characters.
yeah, a lot of characters out there. We've been touting the last couple of days that we've got a major show announcement coming up, right? No, we are not going away. To some of you guys who get may not like our show or think it's pretty cringy, we're not going away. We're still here. So that's not it. What we are actually doing is what would you call it, Spud? We've got a partnership, right?
Pretty much
Coming
with
up.
SMU football.
Yeah, yeah, with SMU football, right? Get that one going. No, actually, what we've got is we are partnering with. Oh, what did I do?
It was going good, man.
I know. Hang on. I gotta make
It's
the
going
screen.
good.
I gotta make the screen bigger. There we go. All right, bear with us. Here we go. We are partnering with 22 Photography and Designs. This is Kat Ramirez down here. If you guys aren't familiar with what 22 Photography does, this is the mastermind behind it. Kat Ramirez. How you doing, Kat?
Good. How about you?
We're doing very good. So if you guys noticed our pictures today, you may have noticed the camera person in these pictures. A couple of weeks ago, was it Kat? We actually Kat approached us in a roundabout way. We wanted to take the show in a new direction. And what we're doing now is we're actually going out to schools and get to know these kids and these programs and these coaches one-on-one, which is what we did today. This is our first episode of what we're calling our first and 10 segments. Now that won't be incorporated into this show. That's going to be a separate show altogether. And Kat down here is the creative mind / mastermind producer behind it. As you guys know, we've always touted this the last couple of years with the podcast. We don't make any money off this. We do this strictly for fun and to promote our programs and our kids around here. And the Zoom thing with COVID and whatnot, I mean, that was kind of a groundbreaking thing for us, was it not, Spud?
Yeah, man, it made it a lot easier to keep the show alive. We had talked kind of on and off after year 2 of, the hassle of actually going to and recording a podcast. And then, lo and behold, the whole COVID situation broke out. And then we started talking about it at work one day. We got the idea from Kevin Novato down in the Valley. He wanted us to get on a Zoom show, and we liked it. Made our lives a lot easier. And I like the direction that we were able to take this show. It gives the people obviously a face to put with the voice, allows us to get kids on here. And it's just, to me, a better tool than it's just straight up recording at a house, breaking it down and putting it out. I feel like you can get content out faster as well. Anything that happens that's kind of crazy, you can always just run to the computer and talk about it. So this new form of the show that we started last year, definitely was the thing that kept this thing going.
So we figured the next thing that we had to do was the way we looked at it. We're kind of being too serious with this thing, right? And it's not that that's a bad thing, but we kind of wanted to have more fun with it and get these kids more involved. So we're taking it to the next step, and Kat's helping us do that. We're actually going out to the locations where, like, for instance, San Diego today. I mean, they've got blue turf. Nobody's covered their blue turf yet. That's kind of it's not a big deal. Everybody's got turf, but I mean, it's a unique deal, right?
Yes.
They've got a bunch of great kids down there. They're always producing in the playoffs in football and baseball and softball. So we figured, hey, let's go out there. Let's go talk to these kids one-on-one, make them more comfortable in their own environment. Try to get them to release a little more and have a little fun with it. We had a little sneaker of a little, I guess, I don't know, what would you call it that we did today? Not really a sneaker, but
a warm up, I guess.
I guess, I don't know. I don't want to give too much away, right? Because in this little show, we've got a gimmick, right? I guess that's what you can call it, a gimmick, a hook to try to get you to come back and see what we're doing. But I think it went really well today, and that was in uh, Kat was a very big part of that.
Yeah. It's
Kat's the
been like
same.
2 weeks. 2 weeks since
Yeah,
we talked about it. That we're
yeah.
just like, hey, let's do it. And yeah, I got the cameras. You got, the two talent, and let's just do it.
I think that's a stretch using the word
I think
talent,
what
but
people also should know is, Kat kind of, we met Kat what, last year, right?
Yeah.
In the off
Over Twitter.
season, right? Over
Yeah.
Twitter. And then she hooked us up with some dope backgrounds that Jacob's rocking right now. She was the creator of our lanyards, which was great. So her work's been good. And then we've slowly seen the progression of Kat over social media the last year and a half now, and the work that she's putting out. So it just works out really well. Kat has the mindset and the equipment to help, bring another aspect to the show that we of course we don't have. So here we go, stumbling out there, doing our thing, and Kat's helping bring that to life. So it should be fun, and I think it'll be a different outlook on us as well. It's not so much straightforward point and deliver interviews versus having a little more fun with it. So I think it's a good twist to the show.
I think
Yeah.
so
And I
too.
think,
Go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead. You guys keep talking. Kat. I'm gonna try to bring up some of your work so I can share a
Yeah.
screen. So you guys keep talking.
I think we
Let's
just kind of said we just want to showcase the kids. That was our basis of our conversation. Me and Jacob was we just want to showcase these kids. There's nothing around here. I follow some media people from the valley and up north, and I I just felt like there's a void between under San Antonio and to the valley. There's no really, and of course you get your news people, but it's not anything putting additional work with these kids and just giving them an outlet because everybody wants to see themselves, whether it's video, graphics. They just want to see themselves on the internet, and I think the kids around here have been missing that. So, especially with the things I do, I try to. My business is about showcasing the kids. You hardly ever see my face on any of my social media, so it's like my work speaks for itself, and I just want to bring that to South Texas Football Unlimited. Is I've been watching y'all guys, and I'm like, man, these are the perfect guys to do an idea that I've had. Maybe let's toss it around, see what they say, and we kind of just went, yeah, let's do it. So
it was a good, like, two storms colliding, right?
yeah,
Because Jacob had brought this gimmick up to me, like, probably like a week or so before y'all ran into each other out and about. And I was like, man, that's a good idea, right? Like, with the TikTok craze and just how, like, everything's kind of going in that trend. And then he calls me like 2 weeks later. He's like, hey, we got a big show breakthrough. And I was like, okay, what, HEB sponsoring us? He said, no. He said, nah, but Kat wants to get behind this gimmick that I want to get going here. And so he's like, we got to have a meeting to set up with Kat. And, of course we did the other day. And I think the ideals that were being thrown around were all generally in the same ballpark. Right. And I guess it's just really finding, like, that groove and, people willing to let us in and kind of get a more in-depth look. And there's a lot of things that we can do with it. I think today was a great start. Definitely
fun.
got the kids out and about and kind of out of their realm. That it's not so much a camera stuck in your face and you're having to answer 5 questions. There's a little bit of that, but, like, it's more in their environment, like Jacob said. And I definitely think it's a good twist and aspect to the show.
All right, can you guys see that? Is that popping up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is some of Kat's work that she's done, and this is some of her this is her business, right? This is where she makes her money, and this is the kind of stuff that she's gonna be able to bring to us and to the kids out here. Now, she's not gonna go full blown on some of this stuff, right? Because she's not gonna take away from her business, but I mean, we're gonna do the best we can, right? And like we said, I mean, look at this. She does great work.
Yeah. I worked with some great schools. I mean, even this season, I started 22 in 2016, so it's been a road to get to where I'm at. And I've added so many schools. The next 2 weeks we're going to be filled going out to different schools, and it's been it's been a lot to work and to strive for, and to I just want to bring. I went to school in Waco for my associate's degree, and I kind of did a little bit of work of a sports photographer up there, and we worked. I think we covered one game with what was his name? Kim Mulkey's son. He was actually quarterback for Midway and actually got to cover one of his games. So that was pretty cool to do. And I kind of like when I moved back, I was like, I want to do something like this down here. Nobody's people do it, but it's not to the caliber that up there you see. And basically, what I do, I mean, I follow all these college, NFL, pro, whatever, and I try to bring that to local and make it affordable for people because I know they just want to show their kids and share something special just to a keepsake, and whether they're the little league or they're going off to college. I've done some college athletes that I've worked with, prospects. So that's just what I try to bring with 22. But yeah, I mean it's been fun, and talking to you guys, it's like, man, we can do so much for these kids around here. And honestly, it was fun today, and I can't wait to go out to do the next one.
It was pretty fun, right? And I mean, look, this is just like one of many videos she's done, and you also do the weekly game of the week banners for teams, and
yeah, I try to do game day graphics, especially to the schools that I go out and photograph. I do all sports, but football season's one of the busiest times for me, and baseball and softball, but football is a pretty big one, and people love seeing just a graphic of their kid, of just like it pumps them up. And I know I see kids and they see me on the sideline and they're like 22, they're like, get me, and I'm like, you got to do something. Like I'm not gonna get you standing on the sideline, like, and the next play they'll do something great and they're like, you got it, and I'm like, I got you. It's because they know what type of content I bring out there, and it's just fun to see that. And doing this will be even more of like, oh, hey, they're here. They're gonna deliver. Whatever they decide to do, they're gonna deliver on it.
So we've got some pretty good ideas. They're going to come up this season. San Diego, thank you guys. Coach Hector Gaza is the defensive coordinator out there, really kind of was the point man in all this and helped us put this together, and was actually one of the first schools willing to let us come out and try this, right? Because people can be hesitant, right? How are they going to make us look? Is this going to be a joke or kind of thing? And they have some pretty good kids out there, really good kids out there that we got interviews with. And this isn't going to be something that's going to be a live show. It's going to take some production. That's where Kat comes in. She's going to cut, paste, make it all look nice and pretty, just like these videos that I just showed you. And it's something we hope that the districts and the kids can be proud of and excited to see themselves in this light. And hopefully, some of these kids who may be on the brink of maybe getting an offer, maybe it'll help, right? It'll bring some more attention. And that's ultimately our goal, right? Is to try to get as many kids in school as we can.
Well, Kat touched on it too, is that like you said, we have good people down here doing good work. It's just the level of production that you see in anything come football and sport wise up north seems to always be trend setting years before it comes down here, whether that be like we highlighted the other day, the equipment in schools. How much further can they go? Now they have thumbprint scanners on their equipment to count reps and keep up with their goals, so it's like you just see that all down the board. And I think with Kat's type of photography and video making, that's going to help these kids out here, and their parents get more photos and highlight reels of your kids and your teams. And then this twist we're going to throw in there should help out, get more kids involved, right? Because we're able to we got more kids involved today from San Diego than we were able to get on some of these interviews last year.
Yeah.
And that's nice. And then we got a coach involved in there too. So hopefully we get coaches and kids involved and they all have fun with it like we did.
Yeah. And, you'll see next week, we plan to do these. They'll come up when they come up. We know everybody's going to get busy. The season's going to start really ramping up here in the next couple of weeks, 2 days and things like that. So we may not be able to get out to as many schools as we like. We were kind of complaining about it on the way home from San Diego today. It was like, man, we should have thought of this sooner. We had the whole summer and then we start a week before 2-a-days start. So we know it's going to get busy, but guys, if you're interested in showcasing your kids, your programs, your facilities, hit us up, man. We'll put you on a
Yeah.
schedule and we'll get out there and we'll give you guys a star treatment, because
Yeah.
it's really all about you guys. Um, and don't be afraid, right? So we'll do these when we can fit them in, and hopefully we get them out the next week from getting it done. I mean, it's all dependent on Kat's schedule. No pressure, Kat, but I mean,
No pressure.
she's
I
got a
got you.
full-time
I
job. We've
got
got
you.
full-time jobs. But I mean, this is something that we're really excited about, and the kids at San Diego and Coach Gaza and Coach Ochoa. Thank you for letting us out there, Coach. Thanks for we know they were getting busy with meetings and things like that, for allowing Coach Gaza to help us out. So thank you guys, and we hope you're proud of the product when it comes out next week.
For sure. For sure.
Hey, go easy. We didn't do drama. I didn't take drama in high school. Go easy.
Kat,
Yeah, I kind of had to school y'all, like, hey guys, calm down. We got
Yeah.
it. We'll cut it in the end, and they're like, okay, sorry.
yeah, it's
Oh.
definitely a different medium
Yeah,
Oh.
than
Way
what we're used to doing. So it's definitely got a steep learning curve, and good thing we got a professional like Kat there with us to guide us in the right direction. But Kat, you guys, if you're not following her now, you need to. Kat, give everybody your Twitter handle, all your social media.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, Instagram. My handle is 22 photos designs. 22 22 PHOTOSDESINIGNS. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I'm on Twitter. These guys tag me in most of the stuff, so just let me know. I mean, if you're looking for some photo work and graphics, I do game day graphics. Just let us know. I know I got a team up north, and I'm doing their whole 10 game schedule. So, and I'm heading out in 2 weeks to go shoot their players. So maybe we'll throw a little bit of video, and I'll probably catch some videos at some teams that I'll be hitting pretty soon for their portrait sessions, and have a little video just to throw in our 1st and 10. Maybe catch a interview or something real quick with the coaches or something.
Yeah,
Shout out to Coach Zubia
I
yesterday.
was just about to say I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to pull up that little video that y'all had out there
Coach
yesterday.
Coach Zubia out in Benavides. I met him in Kennedy. He was a softball coach, and he wanted a uniform reveal. And then COVID hit, and we couldn't really reveal it. And but we've always kept in contact. And this year, he's like, "Kat, we want you out. We got some new uniforms. We got to show off, what we're doing down here." So yesterday, I was out there, and can't wait to put that video out too. And but any schools, just let me know. We can work something. Game. I know they got coaches doing graphics, and if you need help, contact me. I get tons of coaches that message me and say, "How do you do this? How do you do that? Can you help me? Is there anything?" And just my DMs are always open. Um, but yeah, shout out to also Rio Vista. That's where I'm gonna head in 2 weeks. So Coach Black, they had a great season last year. Um, I think it was they hadn't been in the playoffs in a while, so and he turned it around. All sports up there in Rio Vista. Uh, yeah, this was yesterday. It was pretty fun. Coach Zubia is turning it around down there, and I was just so amazed of how little the school was and how like small. I'm from Taft, but I thought Taft was small, but nope. Benavides is pretty small, but I called it little big Benavides because they got a lot of heart down there, and those boys are just ready to play. They probably got like 18 to 20 kids on the football team, and they're pumped. They were pumped yesterday to.
That's college level stuff right there.
Is it playing? It's not pausing or anything. Is it? Is it going
it's
through?
playing. It looks good.
It's fine.
That's seriously. That's what you see at like the recruit sessions when they bring recruits in and they deck them out with all the gear. You see linemen wearing skilled player gear, and they got lights going everywhere, and they're having fun with it. I mean, that's the college levels. That's the mentality, right? That's the stuff they're bringing.
That's the type of stuff I want to bring. Is just
the type of stuff SMU brings.
We're still with the SMU, huh?
Love it.
But yeah, this is a graphic I did for them. This is their star running back. I forgot his name, but Coach Dubia will probably tag it. But I mean, it was just fun. We did it really. It was a long day, but it was fun, and the guys just were so into it. They love their uniforms, and they just honestly
it's very
love just
Alabama-ish.
yeah. It was,
That's
and
exactly what it was.
that's he said that was the inspiration of their helmets was the decal on the side and then the Alabama numbers on the other side.
And
So
then we talked on the way over to San Diego about you're talking about how the jerseys didn't have nothing on the front. Now look
yeah,
at
yeah,
them,
it was
okay,
a
it's Alabama all over again.
yeah. It's his
Good look.
throwback, kind of like a trying to honor the tradition, but also bring it modern, and he's bringing new blood into it. So,
It looks good.
yeah, and I talked to him too, interviewed him, so that may be thrown in somewhere for 1st and 10. They're really excited. It's his second year out there, and they're just ready. They're ready to play a full season too. Yeah, they're ready to start. You know, 2-a-days and just go through the whole season. I think that's in San Diego. That's what they talked about too. They just want a full season of straight Texas football. Yeah, so.
Hey, he took his
But-
screen off. Well, we've got Kat, thank you again. We
Yeah.
will just be expecting the video out sometime next week. Our first and 10 segment. And hopefully there'll be many more to follow.
Yeah, we'll have a teaser out in a few days. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one, guys. Trust us, it's gonna be a good one. Kat, thanks again. I know you were busy yesterday, today. Get some sleep.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
you guys.
You got a long day tomorrow.
For sure.
All right, we'll talk later. All right, bye.
Thanks.
Where's the man, myth, and legend?
There he is. There he is.
Jeez.
I know. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry. We've got a show breakthrough. What do you think? You heard it, right? You heard it.
I was listening. I'm excited. I mean, you told me about the idea a while back, so I told you I was in on the idea. Didn't realize that Ron Jeremy would be on the show as well.
Man, he's firing shots already.
Man, myth, the legend.
We're gonna miss, dude.
Man, I know, man. So, guys, if you guys are just watching us for the first time or just tagged on, Jeff was one of our day ones with this thing.
Definitely.
You know, we started the podcast, and I think I probably still have the message in Twitter where he reached out, hey,
Yeah.
let's do something together. And we were like, well, what do you have in mind? And that's kind of where everything took off from there, right? So that started the friendship or the partnership, whatever you want to call it. The triangle here, this little bro ad that we got going on here.
Yeah, I was playing pickup basketball one night, and I sent y'all a Twitter DM because I knew y'all had, I guess, if you want to say, clout or influence in the area, and I know y'all did stuff. So, gotta reach out and take those chances, right? Turned out to be the right idea.
Yeah, sliding it. Look at that, guys. Sliding the DM sometimes works, guys and girls, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, but
right?
you just know your limitations. Know your limitations. Know your limitations.
Oh man, so Jeff's
We're gonna get blasted.
yeah, oh, big time. We've heard some stories. So Jeff's leaving us. He's leaving the area. Jeff, your last day is like tomorrow, right? Or is it the end of the week?
I have to be up in 7.5 hours, guys. I'm doing the morning show. I did the morning show yesterday, and I got to do it tomorrow. At about 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, I will be signing off of Chris TV for the final time for now. Can never say never. You never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. So
tomorrow's it.
Can you say where you're going yet? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I can tell now. I mean, at this point, I'm heading up to Des Moines, Iowa, where I'll be joining the sports team at a station, KCCI. Never expected that I'd ever be going there, but I'm excited. You got Des Moines is 30 minutes away from Ames, Iowa, where that is the home of Iowa State University, which I think is absolutely I wouldn't even call them a dark horse playoff contender this year. I'd absolutely call
probably
them
the Big 12 favorite.
I would say so. And then Iowa City, home of the University of Iowa, is about an hour and a half away. So you got those that we'll be covering, and then Drake University, which is a pretty constant NCAA tournament team for basketball, is in the city. You got AAA baseball and high school sports there. I think in terms of the passion, rival this area in terms of passion and what people care about. Different facilities, but passion is there. So it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, I bet. So Jeff's actually he's leaving the country to go to country mice and going to the big city.
I know.
So
It's gonna be an experience. I'm excited though. A little anxious, obviously, anytime you make a big move and you leave people that you're familiar with. And I've been here for 3 years, flies by, but it's something that I don't think I could pass up. And
definitely.
This isn't your first time though being away from the state of Texas. I mean, you went to USC for
years, right? Yeah, a little. I mean, for me, it's not necessarily leaving the state. I have no worries about that. It's more so, starting over professionally, because you get, when you work somewhere for an extended period of time, you garner respect and trust from your superiors and your bosses and things like that. And then also you make friends, and having to go and make new friends again is always, a hassle, but we'll get it done. It's going to be part of the journey.
And you'll be doing a lot of the college realm, right? This is part of the big move, is the college. Correct?
That's what we're hoping. That's the idea. Working Saturdays, Iowa State, Iowa. I've been told that we travel for big games, regular season, conference championships, bowl games. And then just things like that are opportunities that I really wanted to try and really couldn't pass up. It's only a 2-year deal, but it's 2 years that I'm looking forward to for sure. And like I said, who knows? I could end up right back in this apartment that I'm sitting in right now in 2 years and be back on with you guys. And, I wouldn't mind that at all. But
I hope just because you're gone that we can't keep going with this and get some updates on how it is up there and things like that,
Absolutely. I would love to.
I hope you don't start leaving us on read once you get up there. It's like, oh, look, you left us on read.
That would never happen.
I want to go do the Iowa wave, right? I want to do the wave. Y'all pretty familiar with that?
Yeah. That's one. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
I think that's a pretty cool moment, and just in college football, I want to go do that. Hopefully, maybe we can link up if I can make that out in the next 2 years, or if you get stuck there a little bit longer. I definitely like to go do that. I've been
come on down
for a while. Want to go check that out.
Texas plays in Ames this year. My dad's already got flights and hotels.
Oh, nice.
He's coming up November 6th. Horns are going to march into Jack Trice Stadium.
Should be a big game. Should be a very big game.
Texas, no one likes Texas anymore.
We're gonna we're gonna stray from our forte here a little bit just because it's your last show here, Jeff. Texas is leaving the Big 12. What do you think about this whole move?
I think it kind of sucks. I mean, obviously, teams lost millions and millions of dollars last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic, right? So, every team is going to be looking for a way to make that money back. It just sucks. I mean, this is ending college football as we know it. I think the only silver lining was watching the Aggies just melt down and show their I don't want to upset any Aggies who might be listening or watching.
You got one right here in my top left corner. I don't know where he's at on your screen, but my top left corner, you got one there.
The fear and the pettiness coming from that university was hysterical.
I told Jacob all week, I don't understand it.
I mean, I don't. You don't understand Texas making the move, or the reaction from the university?
The reaction, right, from the university.
I don't get it either. Hey, you say, hey,
it's the fan base that I didn't understand.
Bring it on. Let's go.
Every single player that I found, I follow. I didn't hear any of that from them. It's the crybaby fans, and that's what bothered me, I think, the most. You know what I mean? I think that's the fan base on both sides, the petty crying and the automatic national contender talk.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just both sides were pathetic, and then we let Oklahoma just get a free pass.
Dude, big time, right?
No heat.
They're cruising on easy street right now, man. They're like letting Texas be the shield on this whole thing and taking the beat, and Oklahoma's just like sneaking in the back room. But
it's going to be interesting for sure.
The Oklahoma's governor is an OSU grad, so I guess he's raising some stink up there. But yeah, for the most part, the national media, Oklahoma's getting a buy on this one.
Yeah, it's just a bummer, but it makes sense in the long run.
It does. I mean, really, let's look at it. It's a money thing, right? I mean, this is essentially what college sports are coming down to now. It's a money grab.
Well, just also, think about Texas, who they host in a normal season. Kansas State or Kansas, Iowa State, we're we already just talked about Iowa State's gonna be good, but on a normal circumstances historically, Baylor. You replace those schools with Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, and Texas A&M, and all the like. Think about that.
LSU and Florida. Don't forget those two.
Yeah, and fans don't want to go to games in Austin for Kansas State.
Well,
But all
even
of a
Ole
sudden,
Miss.
you replace Kansas State with Ole Miss. That's a great example. Ole Miss is fine. Ole Miss is whatever. But Ole Miss carries a weight with it, and you get good crowds, and all of a sudden, people are interested. They don't care about Kansas State. No.
Yeah. Or West Virginia. I mean, no offense to West Virginia, but they don't belong in the Big 12. I mean, they belong in the ACC, you know, but they don't belong out here.
The ACC turned their nose up to them 10 years or what was it, 10 years or 8 years ago. The ACC pretty much was like, oh, we don't want you.
Yeah, and I think they had to do with the academic ranking. I think is why they kind of pushed them away, right? Which is so. What happens with the other schools, right? So that's the other thing. You know, me and Justin were talking about it earlier on our way to San Diego. You know, my opinion, I think they stay together, try to keep that Big 12 together, and dude, that's an easier spot to get a playoff. You know, I mean, essentially, it's the American now, right? It's the American.
But who's the leader of that? I mean, who's the leader of that conference? Texas Tech.
OSU.
Yeah,
that's it.
I tell you, yeah, OSU. Really, that's who I would say it would be.
If I'm the Texas Techs or whoever, I'm looking to get out. I'm looking at the Pac-12. I'm looking at the Big Ten. If I'm Kansas, if I'm Iowa State, I'm going to the Big Ten. Kansas is lucky because they have a good basketball program.
They'll fit in great.
They're relevant. But think about a school like Kansas State. What do they do?
Yeah, where do they go?
What does TCU do? Let's be real. What does TCU do? What does Baylor do? I mean, you know, you got to look out for yourself. You got to look out for numero uno, right? But in the process, you know, the conference is done.
I think TCU, Baylor, maybe even Tech, you might be just better off served going to the American with Houston, SMU, and all those, because now you go from being kind of the, you know, top tier, but you're not as good as Oklahoma or Texas, but you sneak the win in here or there. Or if you're TCU, you dominate Texas the whole time you're with them. But now you're the top dog in the American. Whereas I don't know if you can get into Pac-12 because of the academics. I don't know if you can get into Pac-12 because of the ACC. But the American's got some good competition in it. And I mean, the Big 12 is self-imploded.
The Pac-12 has good academics, but then it also has the Arizona schools.
Well, okay,
wow.
I was wondering too.
Again, if anyone on this stream who's watching or listening went to the University of Arizona or Arizona State, I apologize.
Well, you know, that's why I heard another show, and that's why they said Texas Tech may have a problem getting into the Pac-12 is because of the academic reputation. But
that's what I thought first too, and then I remembered the Arizona schools.
The college football that we know is definitely pretty much changed up essentially within the next year.
Oh no, absolutely. I think you're about to see 4 super conferences, or you're about to see what it's like in the NFL with two conferences in general. Yep. You know, and it's separated it's separated geographically by the country. You know,
so how do you feel about that?
You'll have the North.
But you know, this is actually speeding it up because NIL was going to do this if this didn't happen.
100%.
Because you have these 64 or so schools that can pay those NILs, but the smaller schools, what are they going to do? They're not. This is essentially what, like you said, if you have these 2 super conferences or where these 64 break away from the NCAA and become a semi-pro sports league.
I don't know what's going to happen with Texas. I mean, shoot, Texas has been irrelevant for the last 12 years. And you know, I'm not one to say that Texas is going to, I mean, Texas has had a hard enough time beating the Baylors, the Kansases, the Kansas States, the Iowa States. We don't know how this is going to work out with Steve Sarkisian. I mean, Jimbo Fisher was like, be careful what you wish for. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. But at the end of the day, they don't care. The fans will care. They're going to only care about the bottom line. The bottom line is going to be massive.
Yep. And that's why people say, why does the SEC want them? That's why. It's the brand.
The University of Texas.
You know, in the last round of realignment, it was about TV rights, right? That's what spurred the last one. Now there really isn't TV rights anymore because of streaming.
This
and,
time
and,
there is.
and,
This
and-
time
and-
there is.
well, now it's
ESPN is with ESPN and getting the SEC game and having the rights to the playoff. And there's a lot of TV stuff that, not the rights though, but
right.
the TV money.
There's TV money. Yeah.
is-
But as far as selling their rights, I mean, because streaming, I mean, now, I mean, people who there's more people who don't watch sports than do, right?
Sure.
And with cable, they're automatically paying that dollar something extra to pay for these rights. Now they realize they don't have to, right?
Yeah.
So that pot is shrinking of where they're getting money from. So they've got to be creative on the ways they got to get money. So now they're going after brands, which is two of the biggest in the country, Texas and Oklahoma.
It is, it's the power of the Longhorn. It's maybe the most recognizable logo on the planet besides Apple.
Yeah.
And the Yankees probably, right? And the Yankees.
It's a little bit of an over exaggeration, but
yeah,
it's you go anywhere on the planet, you watch any sporting event in this country, I guarantee you're going to be seeing a Texas Longhorn shirt, hat, or something while watching that event or being wherever you are. Promise. Just the way it is. It's the power of the Longhorn.
So what do you think about a team like Notre Dame? Do you think Notre Dame stays independent with the changing of this landscape, or do they try to join a conference? What do you think?
Man, I could care less about Notre Dame.
but I agree. Yeah, I'm not.
But they bring a lot of dollars. They bring a lot of dollars.
Brings a lot of money. If I'm the Big Ten, I'm going after them hard. That's the logical fit, right? The Big Ten. I don't know why they've been fooling around in the ACC. That's not geographically even sound. But
outside of Clemson, I mean, it's a walkthrough.
The Big Ten has 14 schools. Notre Dame's in Indiana. It's a 2-hour drive from Chicago.
Yeah.
Just go play in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But it's Notre Dame, I think would do well in the is fine staying independent. I think a school like USC would be fine doing independent. And I think Texas is another school that would be fine doing independent. Although it's just not the smart idea anymore, but
no,
they'd survive doing it. I think Notre Dame should go to the Big Ten.
So what about Clemson, right? Because I was reading an article the other day. They're talking about how Clemson's a big loser in all of this, and obviously Dabo's built that brand up to what it is, and that's another thing I don't think people want, like the people that actually follow sports, right? Texas is a huge brand. There's no doubt about that, but it's not a brand of football that Dabo's got. It's what you're doing right now, right? Dabo brings in. He took Cade Klubnik right out of their backyard, and who's had one of the best summers to date for any probably top quarterback since the January in the state championship. So you're losing dudes like that. I don't think just hopping to the SEC is going to automatically turn that around for you. But what worries me is a team like Clemson, who's now stuck in the ACC, and if they don't make moves and these super conferences start happening, do they fall behind, or is their brand going to be strong enough?
That's a good question about whether or not their brand's strong enough, but the program is strong enough right now.
Like Ohio State's strong enough to survive.
Sure,
right?
No, for sure. And I think Clemson's getting there. They have good facilities. I mean, heck, they just had the number 1 draft pick in last year's draft, and that goes a long way for making an image of your program. I mean, I don't see the ACC dissolving. I don't see them going to the SEC. If I'm Clemson, why do I go to the SEC? Just stay in the ACC because because it's Clemson. Clemson's at the point now where they're getting into the playoff and they're getting the recognition and the votes when they may not necessarily deserve it.
Yeah.
The year where Kelly Bryant was their quarterback and they got pounded. I think it was by Alabama in that first round of the playoff. That team wasn't good enough to be in there, but because they were Clemson, they got into the playoff. They're at that point, I think.
That was when Trevor Lawrence took over, like 4 games into the season?
No, this was the year before Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
And Kelly Bryant was the starting quarterback for the team, and they lost pretty badly.
It was the year.
I think they might have gone undefeated that year, but the schedule wasn't good. I think they played like Georgia Tech in the ACC championship game, but even still, they got in.
Yeah.
And
they'll continue to do so. I don't see them leaving. That's just me.
No, and the other part is now their TV deal runs in like to the 2030s. So now all bets are off if Texas can weasel their way out of this thing without the Big 12 collapsing. and with, everybody's going to get their lawyers involved, right? And it depends who's got the better lawyers and how much they have to pay, or if they have to pay at all. Now, if this thing doesn't hold up in court and they say, no, these TV rights aren't binding, then, I mean, what happens to the ACC?
I don't see Texas playing in that conference until 2025. There's just no way.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They're not going to sit. They're not going to sit in a dying conference. They're going to do everything they can to get out of there as soon as possible.
Oh yeah.
That's
No,
just my thought. I could definitely be wrong.
Oh no, I'm in 100% agreements with you there. I mean, 2022 maybe they'll get it after that season, maybe. But you're right. I don't see them going to 25. There's no way. There's a lot of money to be lost, and then
no, I mean, absolutely not.
And then the animosity. I mean, dude.
Well, I think they'll make their money back off the SEC as soon as they join and be able to pay that $75 million off, anyways.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
they would bind it to. So why would you stay? It looks horrible for the brand.
That's what I'm saying. It's if you're on a sinking ship, why are you staying? Why are you staying on the ship? Get off the ship and go join the new ship.
Yeah, or like if you're getting a divorce, I mean, you're still going to stay in the same house with your ex-wife.
Exactly.
I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Obviously, there's a lot going behind it, right? So I don't think you come out with this publicly if you couldn't get out of it until 2024 or 2023. So they know that they're more likely going to get out within the next 6 months to a year, and not be a worry, right? The whole, we're getting out now, but the next 4 years we're stuck here. I don't see that happening.
No.
With that kind of money and influence, there's no way.
No.
And the SEC doesn't want to wait 4 years.
No.
Because you're going to get matchups like Alabama and Texas, Oklahoma and LSU in October, which you might not get in like the next 4 years anyways because of bowl alignment. So there's so much money to be made in that. There's no way you stay for 4 years.
Yep. And the downside of it, then, in my opinion, is, man, they're all the road games you have to get airfare for all these road games now. That when they join the SEC, right? Except A&M. Except A&M, and maybe LSU. LSU still drivable.
Arkansas is
driving. When were you not getting airfare for most of the games you had anyways, besides Texas Tech, unless you're driving to who's driving to Lubbock? You're not driving to Iowa State. You're not driving to Kansas. You're not driving to Kansas State. Also, you're not going to those games.
Yeah, that's the other part of it, right? Yeah, you're not going to those games either.
And that's the thing. You're going to be willing to shell out that cash for a Southwest flight to Birmingham and make the drive from there to Tuscaloosa.
Which is a horrible drive, by the way. I don't know if you've ever driven it. It's terrible.
Never done
terrible.
Well,
yeah, not a whole lot there.
Fans are maybe getting what they deserve. I don't know.
You think they'll go
bunch of black eyed peas there, black eyed pea restaurants there in Tuscaloosa.
I like black eyed peas.
It's a Ruby Tuesdays.
Do you think they'll go with the pods?
Say that again.
14 pods in the SEC. Do you think we'll see the pods?
Smarter men and women than me are in charge of this. That'd be logical, right? I mean, or you just keep it 8-8, or you do 4-4 and you do your own little 14 playoff to see who plays in the SEC title game. Look, the opportunities are endless, and there's a lot of room for creativity for these guys, and it's going to be really interesting to see what they do.
Well, and then we're still kicking around the idea of having a 12-team playoff system as well within the next year or two, which I'm for.
Which I like. I like.
I would like to see 16 teams, I think. But I mean, I'll take 12, right? 12's a lot better than 4 because this 4 is pretty. What's it called? Bland, I guess. 14.
It is
pretty vanilla. Yeah, it's pretty vanilla.
I think 12 is a massive improvement.
It's a lot of money.
Yep, exactly. That's all what it comes down to, right? Money, money, money.
Yep. So Jeff, what else is on your mind, man? I mean, you're almost out of here, right? So
nothing much. It's insane. I'm not out of here till August 9th, but tomorrow's my last day. I thought you guys were taking me to Hooters.
Hey, we're not done yet, Jeff. You just said you're not gone to the 9th. Hey, I'm on vacation till
Hooters at all places.
When do I go back to work?
So I thought y'all were taking me to Hooters, or what did Jake say? Ojos Locos?
No. I'd rather do Twin Peaks over that.
When do I go back to work?
They're all the same.
They're
all the same. They're different.
2, 3,
they're all the same. They're just different styles. Twin Peaks is Mountaineers, Hooters is Hooters, and Ojos Locos Cantina is Mexican food.
You know what? Okay. So I thought it was Mexican food too, So I got
I've been.
the only thing that was Mexican food for me was the fajitas. And I was like, I was just kind of, I was thinking, I was expecting more like maybe Chewy's or On the Border vibe. And I got a little.
Your boy's not getting fajita.
I got
Your
a
boy's
little
not getting fajitas from Ojos Locos Cantina.
Like steakums.
I am down to go do that though.
Yeah, we got. I don't go back to work till the 8th. I'm on vacation till the 8th, so we got.
Let me know.
We got plenty of time,
I'm
especially if
going
your last day's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going home the 1st. I'll be back the 3rd. Then I'm around 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Name the date and the time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We do have to do it. We have to knock this out, Justin.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Justin's
sure
Justin's driving for Lyft and Favor and Uber now.
Oh yeah.
That's the newest develop. That's the next newest
Yeah.
development for the show.
There it is.
I'll start hosting shows while driving people with a camera. I'll be new to this.
Like cash cab.
Dude, that's what I told him. I was like, you can turn your car into a cash cab, the sports edition or something.
Cash cab.
Cab confessions.
So
there's South Texas cash cab unlimited.
Definitely.
Oh,
hey, but this style of show we're doing right now is something. It's going to be a new segment we want to do. Is
so you know what? Let's try it out right now. So obviously we've got this new segment, the first and 10, kind of right, but we got to add the one piece, right? That one piece that we're missing. So we're calling it the show, The Grocery List, right? Or this little breakout segment called The Grocery List. And this grocery list, we bring somebody on and they give us a list. Like Jeff, I know you're almost out the door, but you're still plugged in a little bit, right? Give us 5 names, high school football players that you're going to hear a lot more about this season.
Oh man!
Other than the obvious, right? I mean, you can't talk about Cutter Stewart. You can't talk about Ace Cyber. Just the 5 new ones. I mean, we lost a lot of household names this past season, right? Andrew Body's gone. Carter Centerfit's gone. Who else is gone? We've lost.
I'll be honest, I didn't know the grocery list actually had to have them have a list. I thought it was more of that was the gimmick of the show, and it was basically us BSing about high school or college football.
Trying to think. I'd start with Jaden Brown. He's going to be the next Miller quarterback. If you didn't see my story on Chris 6 News, go check it out.
I did see it. We shared the heck out of it.
Good.
Sports. Are the Galvan brothers? Are they obvious?
No, they're very obvious. They're seniors. They've been starting since they were freshmen.
I'm just making sure.
You know what, the name I'm hearing a lot.
I'd say Johnny Dixon from Flower Bluff. Even though he has a lot of D1 offers, I don't think you hear about offensive linemen too much. I think you'll hear about him a lot.
That's fair.
Oh man,
we met a big one today in San Diego. Very big one.
Lay it on me.
Asher Gonzalez. That's a big offensive lineman. He's a 2-time All-State player, and we haven't really heard a whole lot about him. Right. He's on the South Texas teams, the all South Texas teams for the Caller Times and all these other teams. But
big individual,
very big individual. It's like Spud looked into a time machine. Same build. They both have thalves on their legs. I mean, it's very, very big humans. And kid wants to be a surgeon.
I'm ashamed to say that I can't think of names right now. And part of me is, I don't want to say I've tuned it out because that's just not fair. I haven't tuned it out. I know I'm not going to be here this season. So
you're doing morning shows. You're doing morning shows. You're doing wake up.
I don't know which way is right or which way is down right now, man.
Yeah, welcome to Shift Life, pal.
It's fair because, to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot of other than your obvious picks that you're rattling off. We haven't had no one like Andrew Body didn't just come up overnight and everyone talked about him for 3 years straight. I mean, he kind of appeared in there slowly. They worked him in slowly, and then last year really you heard the most noise about him, right? So.
They'll be good again. They'll be good again this year. They'll be good again. And don't think I won't be, I'll be paying attention and I'll be keeping up and rooting for the teams. And they're going to be good this year. I think Vets will be good this year. I think the Bluff is going to be really good this year. I like Cal Allen a lot, but that's like saying I like water. It's pretty obvious. Everyone likes Cal Allen here. I like Sinton a lot.
I think
I think they're going to be. I
team.
think they're going to be really good. You know, Cutter Stewart at Orange Grove, he's fantastic. He was great last year. There's a lot of teams to like this year. Going to be really interesting.
It's pretty wide open.
Be interesting to see how TM follows up this year with a new head coach and things like that. But no, I mean, I'm absolutely going to be keeping up. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Okay. So like the list thing was the 5 players. You
No, we talked about that before. Don't act surprised because that was the whole thing.
I don't remember a list being in there.
Yeah, that was that was the whole point of the grocery list. Well, and the grocery part who's absent for some weird reason.
The grocery list was going to be more of like your run-of-the-mill like podcast, how Joe Rogan and them just get on and it starts about football. Next thing you know, you're talking about cable TV.
Or Ojos Locos.
Like in the SEC or going to Ojos Locos. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Versus having a list, but Jeff got thrown right into that. Big hell there.
Oh man.
Hey, quick though, what do you think about doing these morning shows versus just doing your normal sportscasting? Do you
Hey, that's a professional question. He answers this question the wrong way.
I've only had to do the morning show yesterday, the day before, and tomorrow, just because I'm filling in for Paulo. This is a rare occasion for me.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking outside right now. Like I went to sleep at 7:00 on Sunday. I wake up to use the bathroom and I'm like, why is there music playing outside? It's 3 a.m. So I go, no, it's not. It's 9:45. And people are over at Surf Club right now having beers to wrap up their weekend like normal human beings. Wake up at 3 a.m.
Jeff, yeah, you're getting no sympathy from us, dude. No sympathy at all.
I know.
We were talking about this the other day. I get up because I think we have shift relief at 5:15, right? If you're not in the van at 5:15, you're late.
Well, technically 5:25.
Right? 5:25. With the van, you're in the van at 5:15, you're late, right? Sometimes guys get left behind. Spud, kind of notorious for showing up, dancing on that line, right? And
the system.
You know, I get up about 3:30 every morning when we're working days.
Well,
yesterday, Spud's like, man, I got up. It was like 4:20. It's like 4:20. What time do you get up? I was like, what time do you leave the house? He's like, I don't know.
Yesterday,
I 4:40.
Yesterday, I went to bed at like 7:30. I woke up at 1:20. I checked my phone to see if the Braves won, and I didn't fall back asleep.
Yeah, that's the worst.
One of those things.
I was like that all set on days.
Wait.
I'd go to bed like 10. I was up at 1:30 and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I'd be up till 3.
Next thing you know, it's 2:45. I'm like, screw it.
Yeah, might as well stay up. Yep.
Might as well get out of bed.
You know what I started watching on these times when I couldn't sleep, go back to sleep? I started watching that All or Nothing on Amazon. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, they're pretty good, actually. Yeah, I just finished
turn on the Olympics. But it's like, you know, I'm gonna drink like 8 cups of coffee and a Bang energy and have body parts falling off of me by age 50 with all the stuff that's in those things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What Olympics? I feel like we're underwhelming, even though we're leading medal counts. I feel like this is a very underwhelming Olympics for us.
Well, that was this morning we were leading medal counts. I'm not sure we're leading medal counts anymore.
No, we are right now.
Are we?
It's just underwhelming because the entire situation sucks. You know, like the entire situation
just feels wrong with it, right? Or off. Well, obviously. Obvious reasons.
Why? I mean, yeah, like it's just underwhelming because it sucks and the crowds aren't there. It's just a shame that you know, we're in this situation. And you know, we're lucky to have it. At least they're having it now. And, you know, the Simone Biles thing today was a bummer. Hope she's doing all right. The swimming's been fantastic. You had that swimmer from Alaska, the 17-year-old win gold for the breaststroke. That was sweet. The fencing's been cool. The USA basketball team's been underwhelming, but
how much of a joke is that? Do you think that's Popovich inflicted, or do you think that's the fact that our best NBA teams now don't play defense and it's just all scoring?
I would say it's that. Can't blame Pop when you don't hit a shot in the last 4 minutes. It's not his fault.
It's too many. It's a real AAU vibe, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know, they'll get it together. It's fun to watch.
Hey, the women's softball got the silver.
Yeah, they lost to Japan.
Wow. It's like,
I mean, I can see that.
it's like the Little League World Series all over again. Wow.
Oh, come on.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. Okay. Well, I think we can wrap it up now. Jeff, man, it's been great, dude. You've been good to us.
It's been a lot of fun, guys.
You know,
I'll let you finish.
oh no, man. I mean, you've been great to us, and on a side note, this isn't speaking from the show part. You've been good to my district as well. We appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
You're really gonna be missed around here, man. I mean, you always hear it. When I was in the service, your bosses usually were the officers, and they'd leave. They were guaranteed to leave every 2 to 3 years, and you work for some good ones, you work for some bad ones, and the really good ones always seem to leave the service, always. And it's like, man, you always lose the good ones, and you're one of the good ones, man. And it sucks to be losing you.
I appreciate it. It's been a very, very fun 3 years. Well, nearly 3 years. Been fun. Been very influential, very cool. Meeting a lot of great people along the way is the best part of the journey. And it's been a pleasure being able to know you guys and be able to work with y'all. And it's just been a blast. Like I said, I reached out to you guys on a whim after the first football season that we were covering was over, and we started getting on podcasts and starting about high school football, and not that I never cared about high school football. I did. It was part of my job. I had to care, right? I wouldn't be good at my job if I didn't care about it. But you guys made me care probably more than I ever thought I would. And that's just kind of a testament to you guys and your passion and your dedication to, bolstering the sport within our community. And that doesn't even happen not even just for high school football, but just, and I know it's in the name for y'all, it's football, but, y'all do it for all sports. As far as the Odom stuff goes, I was also, I help you, you help me. And that was a lot of fun. I was always happy to do it.
We definitely had some good times on the sideline too.
Hey, are you going to tell it? I was hoping you were.
It's kind of it's not really so much a tale, but
it's a running joke.
I need to hear Jeff's take on this from like almost a year, right? Well, like what, 9 months ago?
And Justin yelled at me. I had no idea why.
Okay, he did.
No reason.
That was what, Lampas's game?
Yeah, I'm just standing on the sidelines, and maybe he just heard me over say that I thought they were going to lose.
Yeah, dude. He just starts yelling. What? It was like a Lonnie touchdown, and he was
like
yelling at Jeff. Jeff was like, "Is he yelling at me?" What did he yell at you again? You remember?
Told you, Jeff. I told you. He's yelling.
Yeah, I'm like, is Jeff's looking at me holding the camera? Is he yelling at me? And I was like, I don't think so. He's like, no, he's yelling at me. And I was like, what? Dude, those are the times that I don't think people get to.
Justin's listening right now and wants to, send y'all a message to clarify that. Now would be a good time. No,
dude, it's moments like that though that people like in the stands don't like get to like see or like hear, and it's those moments that are hilarious. I think that's what makes the show worth volunteering time for. Is
for sure,
like that, or just the banner on the sidelines during and half times, and people buying people cold hot dogs at halftime and stuff like that.
Yeah,
big surge.
A lot of fun.
The cold hot dog.
A lot of fun. Lots of really good experiences for sure.
But this is kind of normal in y'all's world, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing is y'all take jobs, and it's to progress in your career is to move to different spots. So I mean, that's I think Jacob both kind of knew this was going to eventually happen for you. Was
for sure.
This was
for the most part it is, and for other people, they stay here, and that's not for me to say that I didn't like my time here, that I don't enjoy being here. I do. I have great friends. I love being here. I love the city. I love the people I work with. For just some people, I'm looking to try to go as far as I possibly can, wherever that takes me. And it's just part of it. The journey is just part of it. And you meet a lot of good people along the way, such as yourself.
You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't take that next step to.
Oh yeah.
You try to get another break though. I mean, who knows? You're gonna be doing a lot of college activities. You never know what kind of opportunities you'll get from that, or people you'll network with. So I think it's
you get a job with the Longhorn Network.
think that thing's going down.
Right? Jeff's a UST guy in a Longhorn household.
That's the new pseudonym for out of a job.
Yeah, Longhorn Network. Yeah, wow.
You're going to the Longhorn Network out of a job.
Eek. Eek. Eek.
So, but it's been a pleasure, guys, as always.
Yeah, man. We'll touch base sometime. Justin's going out of town next couple of days. I think you get back, but y'all come back to work. Maybe
Friday. I get back late Thursday.
Late Thursday. Maybe we'll do something
Friday.
Friday. Or when you come? When are you going? When are you coming back?
I'll be gone. So I'm going to the Hooks game Friday. I'm going home Sunday. I'll be back Tuesday afternoon. I'll be around. My parents are going to be here Wednesday helping me pack. I'll be available Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever y'all want. Thursday next week sounds good to me.
Hey, maybe we go to the Hooks game on Friday with Jeff. Are you calling the game?
No.
Are you covering it?
A buddy of mine is taking it.
We can get all kinds of. Oh yeah,
I'm
get some contra. We got a Lyft driver right here.
There it is.
5-star rated, buddy. 5-star rated.
Free lifts.
Oh man, you should hear these stories, man. You should hear these stories.
Oh man, I got to hear the stories at Hooters.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not for the air. Definitely not for the air.
I'm ready to hear them.
But
it'll be a good place to tell them.
But guys, thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the direction of the show. We hope you enjoyed Mr. Jeffrey Dubrof here the last 3 years. We've kind of fallen all over ourselves today, telling us how much we've enjoyed the time here with him. Jeff, again, thanks for being a friend, man. Good luck in the future and stay in touch, man. Stay in touch.
Yeah, of course. This is definitely not goodbye, guys. I'll see you next Thursday at Hooters, and then
for sure
we'll keep in touch.
I guess we're going to Hooters.
Yeah, we are doing that.
Hooters. All right, guys. I'll see y'all. Y'all can catch me bright and early. I'm about to go to sleep.
All right, man.
Hopefully there's some Hooters girls
Later,
watching.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all.
Later.
All right, guys. That was Jeff Dubrof and Kat Ramirez from 22 Photography and Designs. We got a lot of big things coming up, don't we, Spud?
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully it's beneficial. Hopefully it pays off, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, man. We're pretty excited about what we're doing this season.
So they're quick. Basically, like, I guess to give the rundown real quick before we hop off. We got the first and 10 segment with Kat.
Right.
Then we're gonna have our normal show when we can, right? When we can either interview or talk to coaches or just talk to each other about like what's going on in the updates. And then we want to keep playing more off this grocery list to where we have certain people in the community or just anyone really who wants to come on and chit chat about football, and Jacob can throw a list. We won't even tell them, dude. You just give them a top 5 list every time.
Hey, even better, right? Even put them on the spot. That's even better.
Blow their doors off. We'll just put someone on the spot on camera.
Yeah.
And just have more of a flowy vibe, I guess with that show. But that's the direction we're going. Dude.
Give me your top 5 smoking wood.
Yeah.
There you go. Right.
Top 5 flavors.
Yeah. Something like that, right?
Top 5 cuts of brisket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, again, thanks for tuning in today. Be on the lookout for our teaser trailer this week for our first episode of First and 10, where we went out to San Diego High School and interacted with those cats. A lot of crazy guys. I got a couple comedians over there, man. You guys are gonna love a lot of great kids over there, man. You know who we're talking about there, Jorge. But guys, thanks again, and we'll check you in next week.